Hello everyone, today in this video I'm going to show you how you can use selection sorting both with and without recursion. And it's important to know that I haven't done it yet, so there will be a lot of errors and a lot of bug fixing in this video. So let's start. So we need to build a class first. uh, Main method. uh, Firstly, we need an array, so let us build the array. 5, 4, 3, and we need to sort it, so we need to make a method to sort it. Possibly it will return an integer type array, the sorted array, so our return type is integer array. And it will take in as a parameter, the parameter will be the previous array. So int let us make a word selection. Now first we need to the concept of selection is that uh, this in this we will be sorting it in ascending order, so it will slowly go towards the top. uh, as in ascending order it will go from 1 to 5, but so we need to put 1 here and then 2 and 3 and 4 5. So the concept of selection is that uh, first for this uh, box we will check if this value is the most minimum value, not the most minimum, just minimum value of the array, and it will search all the other spaces of the array, and it will put the most it will put the minimum value here. So 1 is the minimum value, and then it will switch 5 with 1, then 5 will go here and 1 will stay here. After that it will check that if 4 is the second most, no, is the 4 is greater than the minimum value and the second least value of the array. So uh, if it isn't, it's going to switch it with 2. So 2 will come here and 4 will go here. So let us start. We will go and search. No, we will go to each of the spaces. I is smaller than x dot I plus plus. Now for each box of the array we will check if that is the minimum out of the rest of the boxes. For example, if we are in this box, we will check if this is this is smaller than all of the boxes which are towards the right of it, and if we are in this box, we will check if it's small than all of the uh, boxes that is towards its right. So, and if if we find something smaller, we will change it, and at the end of this for loop, we will change the smallest value with this value here. So we need int minimum index, and let's initialize with 0. 0 no, j will be I, and j is smaller than x dot j, and if x of min index is greater than x of the new something right of I, then oh, let me write this. Then min index will be j. Now, after this for loop, we will find the min index of the box. Like if we are in this box, it will be sorted like this will be sorted first, then these two will be sorted, and these three will be sorted, and at the end everything will be sorted. So min index is j. Now after we find the min index, we will need to switch the min index with the box we are currently in, which is which is j, no, which is I, sorry. Mm, so x of I, mm, x of I, no, int temp equal x of I. For switching, we need these. We will first store the value of x of I in temp. Now we will change the value of x of I with the value of min index, and lastly we will uh, give the previous value of x of I to the min index. So it was stored at that. Now should it work? I don't know if it will work, but let us just print the values. With a little space. I think it should work. Oh, I didn't return the array, so I should return the array. Well, I don't really need to return it because uh, when uh, this is passed, we already have, we are changing the values of this array. So I think uh, this should work. Yeah. So no returning. Mm, let's see if it works. Oh, run, run, run. Yes. So as you saw, uh, now as I passed the A array in here, so when I change the values, A is all, the value of A's get changed, so this happens. And what we did here is we went to each box, like I will give you a demonstration what happened. First we went to this box, I is 0 and J is, no, I is 0 and J is 0. So we checked if the J should be I plus 1, that will make it, no, J is 1. We check if 4 is uh, if 4 is smaller than 5. If yes, then min index is 1. Yes, min index 1. Then we check if 3 is smaller than 4. It is, so min index is 2. Then we check if 2 is smaller than 3. Yes, so min index is now 3. And lastly we check if 1 is smaller than 2, so min index becomes 4. And we now found the min index for this box. Now we have to change this value with this value. We did the change after the for loop. This is for checking the min value for a particular box, and we change the value, so 1 gets switched with 5 and the array looks like 1 comma 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 5. Now we check if 4 is smaller than all those which are towards its right. So I now equals oh, I now equals 1 and j equals 2. If 3 is smaller than 4, so min index becomes 2. Then 2 is smaller than 4, so min index becomes 3. And uh, 2 is not smaller than 5, so min index stays 3. And we switch this value with this value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we check if 3 is smaller than all those which are right towards it. Then we check 4 is smaller, if 4 is smaller than all those which are right towards its right. And I think we don't need to check the final one. So should we uh, should work if I put x dot len minus 1. Okay, first see if this works. um, no, this doesn't work, so it should be I. But Okay. So I told you previously that there is going to be a lot of bug fixing in this video. I didn't see that this wasn't sorted. Lol. So the reason it didn't work is that I took the min index uh, outside the for loop. I think, let's see if this works. If I take it inside this for loop, and min index should be initialized with I. Hmm. It should be I plus 1. I. Yeah. So uh, now it works. So it didn't work because as min index was here, every time mm, I found a min index, every time a min min index was uh, it didn't work because it should have been initialized here, because after this I'm starting the check. So just before the checking I should have initialized the min index, and it should not have been here. It should have been here, else everything goes wrong. Okay, so you can start with I plus 1. It will be more efficient then. Now we will do this recursively. So just copy, re, re. After I do it recursively, let's see what we need. So there are two ways to do it recursively. One is half recursively and one is full recursively. Half recursively is we are going to use the outer loop. We are going to recursively do the outer loop, and no, we are going to do the outer loop using a for loop, and the inner loop will be done recursively. So I'll show you that one first. Now the outer loop will be done recursively, and the inner loop will stay the same. Thank you. Inner loop. So for making the outer loop, we need another uh, value, an integer value, with which we can traverse the each elements of an array. So we can do this by two ways. We can take array.length, or we can start from 0. It's easier to start from 0. Now a recursive method has two things. It has a stopping condition and method calling. So we will first write the stopping condition. The mm, method will stop. The method will stop when y becomes greater or equal a dot x dot length. and method, else it will keep going, and we need to call the method again. This will be y because y is the new I, and to call the method again we need to call it the array name of the array is x, and the integer y will be incremented by 1, and be it will have sorry no, okay, it will go up until it reaches x dot length, because the last value it can get is x dot length minus 1, which is the last element of the array, and I hope it works. Okay, public stat what 8 errors. Oh, I hate brackets. Oh, need to change these because all of the values of I is changed by y. I should have named it I, so that would have been better. And let's see if it works. It does work. So we just made this for loop with using recursion. Now we have to make this for loop with recursion. I will show you that, and this time I'm not going to make the mistake of using the variable, another variable that is not j. We will use j because if we don't use j we have to change all the values here. So let's delete, no, I will make another method. Selection full recursively, and this will require, I think, another, no, oh, I will make a full recursively. We'll copy all the things that I done here. Let me first check. Oh, one thing you can do while uh, making the brackets, there's a shortcut, Control A, which will select everything of your file, then press tab, so the brackets get aligned. Now for full recursion, selection for mm, the condition stays the same for this recursive method, but but we need to do this thing recursively. So we need to call another method inside this method. So let's create another method. We will change this. So let's comment it and name the new method public. Second step. Second step. Second step. It will have the array X array, so that we don't need to change the values over here. We don't need to change the values. We take it like that. J, and I think this should be work public static void. So we copy this thing. Mid index equals y equals j, because j will be the new y, and we stopping condition will be the same. So if j is greater than, we stop. Here is the things that we do in this array, and we have to call it again. X. I could have done this in Bangla, but I really want to improve my English, so j will be incremented. What else? How should I do it? I need another variable, int min index. So min index I have to call the second step here. X is x, j is I, where it is y, and the min index is also y. I think, yes. So so we will increase the value of j until it reaches j x dot length, and
if we find that j is smaller than min index, we will make the min index j. After doing that, we still have to switch the values. This value switching will be done in the full selection. After the so this is where we will find the min index. This method is actually the min index finder, and after we find the min index, it should return the min index, so it can't be void. So int return min index, and we store the min index here as well, min index, and we do this. We switch the value of the min index with the value of y, and I think it should work. Let's see. Oh, I didn't. What didn't I do? Oh, I didn't pass the min index. Sorry. The min index is at the end, so j plus 1. And here you need to keep the value of the min index. You have to give this stupid return statement, although you know that this return statement will never reach. There is no possibility that this return statement will be reached. Still, return 100. Run, mama. Okay, let me check what happened. So I found out the mistake, which is this return statement does matter. I had a little misconception about recursions, so that was the mistake. If I return this, uh, this will return 4, and uh, let me first see if it works. Wait. And it does work. This was the flaw. The After I return this, this will go to this method that called it, and that will return the value to its previous method that called it, and it will then finally go to the main method, not the main method, this selection full method. And after I run it, uh, you see everything works. So this has been a kind of practice session for me. I will give the source code in my YouTube video link, YouTube video comment, no, about section, I think. And it was fun doing it. And it's the first time I implemented this, so there were a lot of mistakes, but I learned from the mistakes, as will you do also. Keep practicing and fixing your mistakes. So thank you for your time. Bye bye. La 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 la. La la la.